This is what's left of the greenhouse about a year later. Plastic sheeting and PVC pipe kind of deformed due to UV light. That's why it's worth it probably to pay up for actual greenhouse film if you're going to build a greenhouse, but it did overseason through the winter quite nicely. And if that's your only goal, you can build a greenhouse like this for less than $200 right now. PVC pipes, plastic sheeting, everything else was free or already here. A lot of these tropicals and berry bushes and things did way better than they would have outdoors. Some larger ones and smaller ones here. And then everything else is more tropical. Got pineapple, a lot of moringa trees here. I got my moringa. And these are lychee fruit. My avocado tree right there. Avocado is going gangbuster this summer. There's a smaller avocado tree, and then got a couple smaller mango trees there. There's this one right there. There's a bigger lychee. These ones back here are lemons. This here is Santa Maria, and it is an herb that is good for bones and joints. And the way it's used is, and this is not medical advice, I'm not a doctor, if you run research, crush this up in your palms and rub it, like if you have an achy joint, rub it on that area, and it has an effect similar to a cold hot cream, kind of like one of those cold hot creams, that sort of sensation. It's very soothing. Santa Maria. And then also I've got I was donated some Perella. This is Perella, and it isn't doing so hot now. It ought to be going dormant. It's an annual. It's a perennial. But these were cuttings that I made of it, and I'm hoping that they'll take root so that they'll come back again next spring. A couple of cuttings of moringa tree here. These moringa, they really went gangbuster. That one, inch and a half thick now. That's a Brazilian mint. More Santa Maria here. Some Brazilian mint, and this plant here is called rue. Golden currant. They're kind of about done for the season. They'll be back next spring, ready to rock and roll. And that's what was popping off in this place. I do plan on cutting these moringa trees down to size a little bit there. I had to cut them down to make them fit in this greenhouse, even though I did make the greenhouse taller. So right here. But yeah, I guess the thing I'm keying in on are these tropicals, mangoes, avocados, lemons, moringa, which is a good green. Hopefully I have some lychee next year. They're doing all right. I brought them in for the cooler weather. Right now it's raining. We had some really sunny days. It was temperate. It was nice. doing great under the All right, this is year 3 of my greenhouse for less than $200 greenhouse. 2019, that summer, I got it started for the first time and overwintered plants in it. At that time, it was 32 feet long. It was going to be a little bit longer, but the one end of it was going to be in the way of where the power line goes underground. But I used 70-foot lengths of 1-inch PVC and staked it in with rebar. And you know what I'm saying, this is the 3rd year. I just got this up. Getting ready to start all seedlings and stuff for the year. And one of the things that made this possible for less than $200 is this wooden board here. And so I have I had a 20-foot long wooden box from when I ordered some gutters, and that's what I just stapled the plastic onto for version number 2019. So that was freebies. A lot of this was made possible by freebies. That version had a door on it also, which was it was a window screen that I just taped more plastic to. So freebies, you know, come in handy. It is worth it to be opportunistic and look for ground scores and stuff when people are moving out of apartments and stuff, because you never know what's going to end up there. The 100-foot long roll of 20-foot wide, not very big mil plastic sheet though, was $100 at the big box store. So $100 for the sheet of plastic, and I used more than half of it on that first greenhouse in 2019. And then the next year, I had my moringa trees were so tall, I made it shorter but taller by adding more sections of like a 6-inch to a 1 foot to a 1.5 foot length of 1-inch pipe on one side of it, so that way the greenhouse was actually taller. Which, okay, so these are 20-foot lengths of PVC. My width was 11 feet, so slightly more arched than a semicircle. And what that did was push the center of the greenhouse up to about 7.5 feet. Now I've pinched it in even more because this is actually a sub greenhouse within a larger greenhouse of a steel garage that I had to remove from a landscape that I was working on, and the owner didn't want it there anymore. And some of the outside of it was damaged, but the frame was good. So that's another freebie that this is turning into. However, it was not proper to cover that garage with this kind of sheet plastic, and I kind of ruined what was left of my remaining sheet of plastic. So this is as big as it's going to get for 2022 until I get a hard structure, and that's going to blow the $200 greenhouse budget. But this is still the $200 greenhouse. It's still less than $200. And I got the I got it poked back around my saw palmetto bush. So I'm hoping the saw palmetto will fruit this year. I'm giving it this early start inside the greenhouse. These two are both moringa trees that didn't fare so well. Some of the moringa trees didn't fare so well. A couple of them are doing pretty good. So the ones that really weren't doing so well, I don't know if they're going to be coming back. I brought them out here just to give them a change of what I've been giving them, which was apparently not doing the trick. But anyway, yeah, I got the cabbage. A lot of these herbs and stuff are sort of fallow right now, and they'll probably be perennial, be coming back. More of these moringa trees. This was a mango tree that was doing great last year, but yeah, now it's not doing so well. But the wild strawberries are doing really well, so I'll probably get some strawberries out of it. Maybe not maybe not the mangoes, but yeah, there's not much life in this mango tree. I got a bit of a back wall built right here and a reflector holding this up. And I got electricity running out here too, so I can put additional light up here in the greenhouse. Or heat, or a fan, which a fan is good once it really starts getting warm. Also, you can pump the air around to give the artificial geothermal greenhouse effect. More about that later. So anyway, that's what a still less than $200 greenhouse looks like. And let me poke around and show you what the outside looks like, where I got this superstructure of the steel garage.